Welcome to Frag Dolls Live. It's going to be a good episode because obviously I'm your moderator. Cue clapping? No, okay, fine. No, no one cares. Okay, so the first topic that we wanted to talk about today, let me change my scene so you guys can see the website. So I think they announced it yesterday publicly, but it's official today. Sony has started an esports program called PlayStation Official League. This is going to feature games like Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, Drive Club, FIFA 15, and a couple of more games. It launched in Spain today. Just Spain. The league is free to join if you are a PlayStation Plus member, and it will include seasons where players can accrue points as they play, and then they get prizes, and the prizes have yet to be determined or announced. So, what do you guys think about this?
Like, any esports is good for esports, right? Like, anything that kind of drives people to, participate in tournaments. It doesn't hurt anything, it just makes everything better.
Spain has a really big esports following, actually. They do DreamHack Valencia there. I got to host a couple times, and the turnout is huge. The fans are, so enthusiastic. So it's really cool that they get it first.
Only problem is how much cheating is going to happen, is all I want to know. It's bound to happen.
Yeah, it's all online.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Oh, we got a good comment from chat.
Yeah.
From Brett. So here's the key point: it lowers the entry level of esports for people. They don't need a clan or website. They can just jump into it, making entry easier, and it'll boost people getting into esports.
Cool. Well, I think the cynical interpretation would be like, oh, esports is like a popular marketing buzzword right now because games, they want to get their game in your hands, and then they want you to play that game for as long as possible, unless they're or they want to turn it over.
Yeah.
But they want to keep you playing that game for as long as possible, and they see esports as the way that's extended engagement. StarCraft Brood War was played for 10 years, so everybody looks at that and they're like, if I can make it a competitive game, people will obsess over it for years to come.
Did it use the word esport in, has PlayStation used that word?
That's the writers' words. Yeah.
I want to know how PlayStation is putting this out there. If they're saying, oh, look at our esports side, or are they saying, hey, look at this cool competition?
We're going to move on to the next news topic, which isn't really so much like a recent news topic. It was more of an interesting piece that I found on specifically Resident Evil, but I think it sort of pertains to a lot of the horror game genre. You can touch on Resident Evil, but just in terms of survival horror, where do you guys think maybe the future is going to go? Or what do you, just we'll start with that.
As long as they always have shit that just randomly pops out at you, I don't even care if it's not scary. It will be scary just because it pops out at you.
I really appreciate the moody aspect of scary games, so I'm excited for VR to be integrated into all of this, because it can only mean more immersive games and more immersive experience.
The audio is what does it for me too. If a game has really intense and scary sound effects, and you can hear somebody trailing you but you can't see them, that's what freaks me out.
We also got another really good comment from chat from Gypsy Fly. She says, I don't think the scare should come from tactics or cheap tricks. The narrative and atmosphere needs to be scary and not get watered down if the game is coming out every year. And she feels that's what's happened with Resident Evil. And so, kind of like what Pixel says, that really great atmospheric sound and visuals, I don't think personally I'd be able to handle playing any of these games.
I think there's a clear distinction now between survival horror and just, horror games or scary games. I don't even know what you would call that. But yeah, Pixel, I agree with you in that the games now for Resident Evil seem much more action-oriented. There's not as much scary things. There's gruesome things maybe, but not a whole lot of scariness going on.
The movies are badass, and I love every single Resident Evil movie today.
They're really good.
I can't wait for the new one that's coming out in 2 years.
We're going to move on to the next topic, which talks about an upcoming game that I think our team is especially excited for, particularly Siren on the team. I think she's going to be our front runner for this game. We're going to talk a little bit about Rainbow Six Siege.
I'm already mad, sorry.
You're already mad?
Why are you mad?
Continue. We'll find out.
Okay. It's recently come to my attention that Rainbow Six Siege will be a one-life shooter, so no respawning, essentially. And this kind of forces players to focus on teamwork and communication. The twitch reflexes for you running gunners out there, including me, I'm very much a running gunner. The twitch reflexes are not going to be as helpful in this kind of game. It's more tactical, and that's actually saying a lot to go with, this is a Tom Clancy franchise game. Tom Clancy is known for the tactical shooters and things like that, so it kind of is along the same vein. But it's nice because if you are killed in game, you can still help your team. There is a support mode that you'll go into once you're dead, and you can still use drones and security cameras to sort of help your teammates figure out where the enemy team is and how you can take them out. So what do you guys think, Siren? Siren, I want to know what you think.
It's good and bad. So the only thing that I'm gonna be pissed about is that this is the only mode that, like, they take that one life kill and that's all you get in all the modes that they put into the game. I don't know why, but when I see everything, it reminds me of Counter-Strike. And I like Counter-Strike, I just suck at Counter-Strike. So maybe it's
I feel the
Right,
same,
it's
Siren.
PC, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
IGN put
know.
it the best. IGN did a picture post and they posted the news, and they said Rainbow Six Siege, literally YOLO. And I wouldn't normally use that word, but I thought that was so funny.
That's
I
very
like that.
That is actually very appropriate.
Literally YOLO.
I'm a run and gun kind of girl though.
I am too.
I'm really bad at one death kill, like one life games, because very impatient and I like to have action all the time.
I can see that.
I think they're just trying to change like because every game right now kind of feels like that really run and gun, fast paced Twitch shooting. Like I think they're just trying something different, which I think is good because I think people will reward something different.
Sounds good. Ooh, speaking of the
I
next
bet
topic,
you
we wanted to discuss Warner Brothers and DC Comics has announced 10 new movies that they will be releasing within the next couple of years. And it's pretty exciting because I know we've had sort of I've seen a little bit of a battle online with like Marvel versus DC movies, which ones are better, which ones are doing more for the fans, things like that. So it's kind of nice to see DC come out strong and just say, okay, here's all of these 10 movies coming out in the next like 4 years. Enjoy, look forward to it. You have 4 years to wait for some of these. Which is kind of cool. Oh, let me change my scene so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So the movies that they have announced, some of them you already know. So in 2016, we'll get Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, and a movie called Suicide Squad, which I believe centers around some of the DC villains. Those movies due in 2016, 2017. We have Wonder Woman and Justice League Part 1. 2018, it'll be The Flash and Aquaman. 2019, Shazam, Justice League Part 2. And then 2020 will be Cyborg and the new Green Lantern. Which ones are you most excited for?
All of them.
All of them. Good answer.
Wonder Woman, definitely.
Wonder Woman, yeah.
I
I don't like Wonder Woman.
What?
I don't know. Too much hype.
She has an invisible jet.
Any comic book series, right, that has gone to theater has just crushed it.
I'm also really excited for The Flash and Aquaman, especially because it's from the guy from Game of Thrones.
Jason Momoa! Yes! As
he's-
Aquaman,
oh,
yes! Sign me up.
Yeah, I could watch that all day.
I just hope they
Gotta say
embrace
it.
how silly Aquaman is.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, with the Dark Knight movies, I mean, like, those are legit good-ass movies. But yeah, they are very serious and very dark, and when you look at stuff from Marvel, like Guardians of the Galaxy, super silly, made fun of itself the whole time, and it was enjoyable, and it was very lighthearted in that way.
Okay, moving on. For reals though. Okay, I'm gonna skip the next topic because we're running out of time. We're gonna move to the second to last topic. Magic the Gathering. Someone recently was filming, I think for YouTube, maybe it was a series where he does unboxings of like older Magic cards, and he unboxed an alpha deck for alpha, like the very first set of printed Magic cards, and opened up a deck and got like arguably the best card in the series, alpha mint condition of this card. He opened a Black
Not
Lotus.
mint condition.
It's not mint condition.
Okay, you know what?
He only touched it with gloves.
It is mint condition, like it came out of the pack, but there was a little tiny scratch on one of the corners. Just saying.
Oh well,
What?
I mean,
It was pretty much
That's a couple grand.
For-
It,
that's actually true. That is actually true.
a
A
couple
little
grand.
mark like that will
I-
take off thousands of dollars. It's true.
like it's nice to see someone be like just genuinely so happy because like
Mhm.
he was like shaking, like he was like, holy mackerel! Oh!
Esper, are you familiar with the Black Lotus and like the Alpha, like Power 9 and things like that from the older editions? Are you able to tell chat exactly why this card is such a big deal?
It's just really, really, really strong. People are actually only limited to using one. If it's, I think Legacy, they play Black Lotus and Legacy, and it's so rare, it's so old. They've only printed it, very limited runs, and so it's just really strong.
I like
Oh,
C5's
vintage.
comment I want to see SRFD recreate that Black Lotus reaction, but with a bag of macaroons.
I would just be happy about every macaroon. It wouldn't be that like relatable. It wouldn't be like, oh, here's a chocolate macaroon. Oh my god, it's a peach macaroon. Like it would, you know.
Super rare.
So is that card the most expensive out of all of them?
Yeah, Black Lotus is kind of like the iconic, like
Yeah.
that's the
Nothing
one
better than
that.
it?
All right. Well, that's pretty much all the news that we wanted to chat about today. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed Frag Dolls Live, and you should subscribe and like and comment and share. And is there anything else?
Nah, that's all of it.
That's it, everything. Yeah. All right, we're gonna play some games now. Woohoo!
I think it makes sense for developers to start looking into Steam Early Access because people are basically paying you in order to test the game.